Good morning. Well, today I'm doing a little bit of an experiment. So in a previous video I showed how I was pulling the majority of the bracken in my garden as fast as it was growing. I was going out every week and trying to pull out as much bracken as I could, but as fast as I was pulling it out it seemed to be growing back again. Now somebody left a comment on that video saying that the bracken only puts its nutrients back down into the rhizome at the end of the year. So if I pull all of this lot out before the autumn, in theory leaving the plants to mature is no different to pulling them out when they're young. So I'd previously left this area thinking I'm not going to be able to get round to it, but what I've decided to do is I'm going to start pulling the large bracken as well, just to see if there's any difference between pulling the large bracken, which should be easier, and pulling the smaller bracken that I've been doing for the last few months. I'm also, because of their comments saying that beating the bracken is actually better because it allows the nutrients to go up into the damaged bracken and therefore depletes the rhizome even more, I've got a third area that I'm going to be beating down in the traditional way. But for now I'm going to start by pulling this area, so let's watch the transformation. Well, there we go, that's not bad. It's taken me just over an hour and I've managed to clear this entire section of bracken. So I've put all the bracken down here in a dead hedge. So the theory of this is it can rot down here and just put the nutrients back into the soil here. But also, because we're on a slope here, if anything washes down the hill, it gets caught in the bracken there and it doesn't wash out onto the road, which is excellent. Now I did say the bracken can kill off everything that grows underneath it. Now obviously there's still quite a lot of green here. However, everything that's here is incredibly tough and not particularly wanted. So you've got your laurels and you've got your brambles. Obviously I don't really want those at all. There's ivy in here, which is a bit mixed, and then I think this here is comfrey, which again, that's quite an invasive plant. It can spread and take over a bit if you leave it, but again, it is a nicer plant. It doesn't swamp out everything, it's just the lower lying stuff that can cover. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how this area changes. I'm expecting the bracken to come back up again, and I have to pull it again this year, but if I only have to do it like 3 or 4 times a year, that would be better than every single week. So we'll give this area a go and we'll see how it goes. But obviously the other plan was to just beat some down. So let's go up to the other patch and start beating. Right, well I've made it up near the top of my land here, and underneath the power lines you can see there's a lot of bracken coming up. There is also, however, quite a few ferns, so I thought I'd just quickly go through how to tell the difference between brackens and ferns. So bracken technically is a fern, it is just one particular variety, but it is quite easy to tell the difference between them. So although the leaves or fronds look pretty much the same, as you can see you've got the central stem coming up there and then like the leafy bits coming off to the side. Again on this one, central stem coming up, leafy bits coming off to the side. However, the plant itself grows completely differently. So this one is a fern, and you can tell that because all of these go down to one central point and there's what you call a crown there, and the leaves come out from around the crown. So this one here, there's actually 2 side by side, there's another crown there. This, however, is a bracken, because as you follow it down, this has branches, and as you follow it down, another set of branches, and it goes down to a single plant. Nothing else is growing up around that. So bracken grows slightly different to ferns. Ferns grow from a crown, bracken grows from a rhizome, so that will spread. So this might be also the same as this plant here and this plant here. That might all be attached to one rhizome underneath the ground, but as it comes up out of the ground you only see one stem, then the plant on top has branches. So that's the one that we're trying to get rid of, not that one. So I'm going to be a little bit more selective up here. But yeah, the basic idea of this is you beat the bracken. So the rhizomes are putting their energy up into that bracken to try and get the bracken to grow. Now if you break the bracken, the theory is that the rhizomes underneath the soil carry on trying to put energy up into this damaged piece of bracken and doesn't put it into new shoots. So I'm literally going to go around, sort of caveman style. I have got a big stick and I am going to go around and I am going to beat them. Now I did that a little bit strong, I actually took the top off of there, but yeah, the idea is you just literally damage the plant. So the rhizome's still putting energy into it because it thinks that there's still a piece of bracken on the top, but you've just damaged it. So yeah, that's the idea for up here. Right, well I only recorded myself clearing a small section there. I did actually carry on and clear all the way up there, but I thought there's not actually much of a visual change going on, so it seems silly to record it all. But yeah, the stick actually works quite well. It does break down the bracken quite easily, and it is quite nice being able to go around the ferns and try and avoid them. Personally, I prefer the pulling method because it's a lot tidier, but I can see why nature conservationists like this method. It is a lot easier if you've got a group of volunteers, so just give them a load of sticks and go and beat that lot up. But yeah, visually, obviously the bracken's now still lying everywhere and it's all going to die down in place. But I'm going to give it a test, so we'll see how this goes. So I've now got 3 areas. I've got the area where I'm pulling it on a weekly basis. I've got the area where I'm pulling it every couple of months. And I've got the area where I'm beating it with a stick every couple of months. So yeah, obviously I will try and do an update later in the year, but the real difference is going to be next spring, so make sure you're subscribed because that way you won't miss out when I do the update. But for now I'm going to carry on up the hill beating some bracken, and I shall see you later. And I should say, if you are planning on doing this yourself, I would recommend wearing appropriate clothing, unlike me. So do wear long sleeves, do wear long trousers and closed-in shoes, and do wear gloves, because the bracken itself, near the base, if you break that, the strands inside it are incredibly sharp, in fact razor sharp, and will slice your hands if you're not careful. So yeah, have fun, be careful. See you later.